Miraji Hamis Kasunsumo, and I'm here to present my paper titled The African Growth and Opportunity Act and Export Performance, a case study of the United Republic of Tanzania in relation to its East African partner state. It has been argued that the realized benefit of the AGOA on export performance are like to be below expectations. This argument motivated me to make assessment on the impact of AGOA on export performance so that I can contribute my knowledge on that area. My presentation is organized into 6 parts. I will start with introduction, literature review, methodology, results and discussion, conclusions and policy implication, then direction for future research. Before talking direct about AGOA, let's talk a little bit about the PTA, which is the genesis of AGOA. When we talk about preferential trade arrangement, is a provision of trade preference by one country over the other. And this can be in 2 ways, either by reducing or removing of the removing or lowering other trade barriers. And the common goal is to promote export growth and economic development. When we talk about AGOA, it is an act which enacted by the US Congress in the year 2000 and signed by the US President by then Clinton. The idea was to allow sub-Saharan African countries to export their products into US on preferential treatment. AGOA built upon the GSP. That means is the extension of already preference which was provided under GSP. So AGOA, it comes to extend the tariff line and the coverage of the product on the GSP. And the objective of AGOA is to boost trade between the US and sub-Saharan African countries. And let's look on the East Africa community, which is a regional bloc with 7 member countries that are Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, and Uganda. But due to the eligibility status and the data limitations, my analysis was only to 4 member states. What is the status of sub-Saharan AGOA authorizations? The data available shows that since the year 2000, sub-Saharan country export to the US have remained around 1% of total US import from abroad. You can see this 1% is less amount when compared to the number within the sub-Saharan Africans and other regions where the US is importing more than from sub-Saharan African countries. And the focus made on oil and other energy products. And this is natural resources. Not all sub-Saharan Africans have been endowed with oil and gas. So only few sub-Saharan African countries are the one benefited by exporting to USA. And this due to the contribution of both supply and demand side consideration factors. On the demand side, we are talking about the issue like competition on the US market. And we want to talk about the supply side, we are talking about those factors emanated from sub-Saharan African countries, such as eligibility criteria, where some other members have been banned by the US. For instance, in the year 2018, Rwanda was banned to export apparel to USA through AGOA because of the measures taken by Rwanda to ban importation of second-hand clothes. Another issue, uncertainty to investors. Investors are not sure if AGOA will still be there and they will continue to utilize to export their product to USA. And another issue is the high cost of trade. It considers both cost in production of products to be exported and the cost of transportations. Also, in security, some members of EAC, such as DRC and South Sudan, which make them to be limited amount of product to USA. Another issue is the share of trade between EAC and the US. The analysis conducted by EAC Secretariat in the year 2014 shows that the export from EAC in 20,000 was 186 USD millions. And when it comes to 2013, become 577 USD millions. But the import from 128 USD million up to 1,184 USD million. This makes trade imbalance between US and EAC. Also, the share of export to EAC is not equally shared among the members. You can see there on the graph, Kenya dominating by 96%, followed by Tanzania by 3%, then Uganda 0.6%, Rwanda 0.4%. Literature review shows that limited is that have analyzed the impact of AGOA focus on specific region or countries. This also motivated me to come and analyze the impact of AGOA to the specific regions, which is EAC, and to the specific countries, which is Tanzania, and compare the result with the remaining 3 member states in the EAC. Most of other studies applied gravity model, and these ones are the sum of the authors which applied also this model to make analysis on the impact of AGOA. The strength of this model, it allows to test various factors such as regional agreement or preferential trade agreement on trade flow. Theoretically, we expect benefit or cost from trade preference. On my analysis, I consider on the positive side, which is aligned with the goals of SADC and the other member countries from Sub-Saharan African countries and EAC, is to promote export growth and economic development. And theoretically, I have used the demand and supply curve to illustrate the period before AGOA and the period after AGOA. The period before AGOA, I consider the price is P01 plus TMFN in brackets. That is the price before the enactment of AGOA. What is supplied here will be the area Q2 to Q3. But when the AGOA enacted in 2000, the price moved up to P0, and the quantity supplied increased from Q1 to Q4. That means we expect high export employment creation due to the production to supply to the USA market, which is the welfare of the producer and supplier will increase, and the welfare of the citizen of US will be improved. Here are the number of theory which I've reviewed from other authors, and it shows that there is a mixed result on the impact of AGOA. Some of them, they found that AGOA is insignificant. Others, they found AGOA is partially significant, and others show that AGOA is significant. On the methodology, I use traditional trade mode based on the ordinary least square, which is common known as a gravity model, and which is specified